President Obama fighting back tears during an emotional announcement of his executive actions on gun control yesterday. Joining us now is Oklahoma Republican Congressman and licensed firearm manufacturer Steve Russell. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning. How are you?
And that is a key part of how I want to introduce you this morning, the fact that you are the only member of Congress who's a licensed firearm manufacturer. You're the owner of Two River Arms. That makes you uniquely qualified to react to this. What do you make of the changes?
I think what we see is that the president is pushing an agenda to try to punish law-abiding citizens with a gun control agenda. And anytime we talk in individual liberty, we have to take that very, very serious in how we deliberate with the problem. Punish the people that are violating the law. Don't punish the innocent
Congressman,
citizens'
do you believe
right to bear
that
arms.
any changes are needed or any changes should be made to federal gun laws?
You hear an awful lot of rhetoric about we need to do different things with background checks, terror watch lists. Look, background check laws that most of the people are making a lot of hay of already exist. I've called in hundreds of these background checks as a firearms manufacturer. People don't know the law. They talk about the terror watch list and they say we need to have people not be able to purchase firearms if they're on the terror watch list. Most of them would not be able to, but we have citizens based on suspicion only. You can't have their constitutional liberties overrun simply on suspicion. That's what totalitarian states do. Illegal residents or even non-resident aliens that are legally here, they can't possess firearms already. They cannot purchase them. They cannot be in possession of them, except under very rare circumstances like members of security for foreign heads of state or certain approved hunting trips and things of that nature. People just don't understand the law, and they're calling for changes that already exist.
So, Congressman, the NRA reaction to this, and the New York Times, an NRA spokeswoman, said, "This is it? Really?" She said, "This is what they've been hyping for how long now?" Do you see these changes really having an impact and affecting the legal gun owners in this country?
Well, if the president would be willing to work with Congress, I think that you would see some impact. For example, Director Comey had talked about the need for the background checks to have more agents, actually workers, to handle the National Instant Check System. The president says he's calling for funds to do that. Well, okay, he has to work with Congress to do that. We might be able to find some common ground to get Director Comey the things that he needs. But when it comes to these sweeping changes, he again goes back to talk about common sense reforms, and then he cites European countries that have seized weapons.
But it does seem to be a disconnect, because when you look at the polling, the American people seem to say that they do want these increased background checks. So why does it seem that on the Republican side that it doesn't seem that you are listening to many of your constituents on this? They're
calling for things that already exist. We're listening to constituents. In fact, we listened to them some time ago. The National Instant Check System already exists. This so-called gun show loophole, what they're doing is targeting individuals that may want to sell a firearm to a neighbor. It's like, hey, if you ever get rid of that shotgun, let me know. Years later, they do. But that's not what we're talking about here. The instant check system, if two private individuals come in and want to make a transfer, most dealers will do that, many of them free of charge. That system already exists.
But, Congressman, don't you think that the gun show exemption to those background checks, isn't it reasonable that that loophole be closed, at least to put gun shows and gun shop owners on an equal footing, at least to make the competition fair?
It's again, I take you back to people do not understand the law. If you are a licensed dealer at a gun show, you cannot sell under your license to anyone without a background check. People do not understand the law. Gun shows have licensed dealers that set up tables and vend. If I were to go there as a citizen or even as another dealer, I would have to go through the system. You cannot just walk up and under somebody's license transfer a firearm. You would be committing a felony.
All right, Congressman, thank you for being here and weighing in on this morning.
I'm happy to talk more about it. I do know this issue.
We'll surely have you back. All right, Congressman Steve Russell, thank you.